it's not just that, it's that we're in a golden age and there are places like that that abound. Not just that it's been a long time and why haven't we fixed it, but it's been a long time and now we're at these heights, these peaks. And why do we have places worse than ancient Greece was? Even to this golden age. Now, you'll find them all the world around, people in a cage. That might be the line I should like to go with for the permanent final version, but I think I'll stick with, it dates the poem and it is a bit trite. North Korea, the Saudis, and Iran. People in a cage. I give 3 examples. Now, this is like saying that Germany is under the boot of the Nazis, or it's like saying that East Germany is under the boot of Stalin or whatever. It's dated. If you write a poem with something like that in it, later on people are going to say, oh, this must have been written at a certain time. They think of North Korea today. Oh, North Korea. Most of the good cars in the world are made in North Korea because they adopted that completely capitalist constitution under the visage of some intellectuals from America who visited them. Well, that's not how it is today, is it? People starve to death in North Korea today. But even in this golden age, that was the point I wanted to make more clearly. Plus, the rhyme completes better. To this very day, people in a cage. Even in this golden age, people in a cage. Direct rhyme. Now, day, cage works, because the dominant vowel is there. But age, cage is undeniably a more powerful rhyme. The most powerful rhymes I would add are the ones that have 2 syllables or sometimes 3 syllables rhyming at the end of their long words. But you just find a word with 5 or 6 syllables to rhyme with a word with 4 syllables. Just do that. Okay, but today as never before on earth there is a safety zone, and more are clamoring to come and call it home. No notes out to the side. Perfect as was. This fire on a hillside, or is it on a peak? How strong can it keep burning against constant wind and sleet? But originally I put wind and rain. Wind and rain, right? So, or is it on a peak? How strong can it keep burning against constant wind and rain? And then I put a whole little bar out to the side to rewrite every single line. I thought the whole stanza would have to be reworked. I loved it. It's good. This fire on a hillside, or is it on a peak, gets that idea perfect, captures the idea. You know, are we here or here, you know. But I thought I might have to rework it because there's no rhyme in anywhere in this fire on a hillside, or is it on a peak? How strong can it keep burning against constant wind and rain? You know, I changed 1 word, entire stanza fell into order. All this little bars out the side, I had little arrows, this line's going to turn into what, I don't know. I was planning for, I was going to write the whole thing. Changed the word rain into the word sleet. Not much lost, bit gained. Rhyme works, saved the whole stanza. Beautiful. This fire on a hillside, or is it on a peak? How strong can it keep burning against constant wind and sleet? I hope I don't ruin that stanza for you by putting the word rain in your subconscious and every time you hear it. I'll put rain in there. But alas, this metaphor falls short, for a hiker on a hill is either at the top or not. That was my original note there. And even if we are on a peak, we can still go higher. We just have to fly. That thought, this whole stanza struck, that thought never even made it into the poem. That if we go higher, we'll have to fly, you know. There's the metaphor, you've got to be careful with metaphors, they'll run away with you, and there's too many implications, and it's like a hall of mirrors, you can't go down every path. So, how did I express that? I said, what if we are at a peak? Now, I was going to say, then we'll just invent a way to fly. But, what I decided was, we create the mountain, don't we? I don't mean to be subjectivist, but mankind decides whether they're going to have rough times or not. They decide if they're going to go for religion and dump all progress they've had so far and just start praying and flogging themselves and starve to death, or are they going to investigate the real world through science and begin to look objectively at things the way Bacon and Newton did? Well, so we really do shape the hill we're on, and that's how we rewrote it here. Alas, this metaphor falls short. For a hiker on a climb, I used to have hill in there, because hiker on a hill, hiker hill, that worked well. but I was able to get climb to rhyme with something. Alas, this metaphor falls short, for a hiker on a climb chooses not the mountain's shape, as we are free to do, strike it, as man does all the time. Climb time. Works quite well. So I had to rewrite that whole thing completely, lost the bit about flying off the peak, and turned it into just reshaping the peak as we see fit. So we still got the thought in it. And so the future is in our hands. Shall we upward soar? So I did get the flight thing in there, just a vision of it. And see a higher view, more grand, or shall we fall once more? The pits of hell await our fall, and a long way down it is. That's what I had in the one version, but it doesn't rhyme real well. Here's what I came up with for the other version that rhymes. The pits of hell await us, a very great distance to fall, and so I say we're upward bound, let's make this mountain tall. Let me read you the non-rhyming version. The pits of hell await our fall, and a long way down it is, and so I say we're upward bound, and I work toward that end. It needs to rhyme, see? So, there it is. I've had it on my mind and wanted to say something about it for quite a while, and finally I've finished it up. Now I just need to type it up.